Oh goodness, my friends, guess what? That's right, it's time to take our anti-spin flowers into split time, and we are actually going to start that off by learning how to do them in split time opposites. Let's dive in. Drex here from DrexFactor.com, benefiting your body and brain with poi spinning and flow arts, and today we are taking our anti-spin flowers into the split time realm. Before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flow Toys, Pyroterra Light Toys, LMF Props, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all these awesome companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links that I've got down in the description of this video. So last week we played around with all of the together timings, mainly getting our anti-spin flowers down in together time same direction as well as together time opposites. Now there was a good reason that I put the together time moves together, and that is both that the transitions between them are not that hard to figure out and everything, but also because the together timings I feel like are a little bit more intuitive, so they feel more like a piece of each other. Now, split timings are a little bit more of a challenge, and they're going to require a little bit more mental gymnastics on our part. But that doesn't mean that they're out of reach, just that we're going to have to come up with some interesting tricks in order to get there. So we're actually going to start this off with split time opposites because I personally feel like among the anti-spin flowers, this is the timing and direction that's usually the least intuitive, so I want to give you the most time to work with it before you're going to have to use it for any kind of application. And don't worry, we are going to take some baby steps on this one because I think it's going to make it overall a more positive experience for you learning these flowers, yeah? Okay, so we're going to start this off by just remembering what our split time opposites feels like. And I specifically want us to start off with the left-hand poi going counterclockwise and the right-hand poi going clockwise. And again, make sure that it's split timing. How do you know that it's split timing? Feels like double Dutch jump roping. You can also think of it as being kind of having the two poi pointed away from each other in the middle and then kind of overlapping each other on either side, right? Now, as you're doing that, I want you to reach both of your hands over to your right-hand side. Your first thing you're going to do is practice just dropping your left hand down your middle section. Show you that again. You're just going to say count off 3 beats, 3, 2, 1, and drop your left hand down your middle section like it's going to stall and everything, right? I want you to just let it go. You don't get any extra spins as it's going down. It literally is just boom, and it's dead, yeah? Cool. I want you to do 10 of those just to get a feeling for it, yeah? Awesome, and I want you to do the same thing over on your left-hand side. Now it's going to be your right hand that just on 3, 2, 1, you just drop it down your midway, yeah? Again, bring it over to your left-hand side and think 3, 2, 1, and boom, it just drops. There's no extra spins to get there. There's no like pulling it across and then finding its way down. It's just boom, it goes straight down in between your feet. No fuss, yeah? Do this 10 times on each side just to get the feel of it. And yes, keeping my other hand spinning is indeed part of the bargain here. We'll see why in a second. Okay, now step 2. We'll go ahead and go back to that same place that we were working, wherein we have our hands over to the right-hand side, our left-hand poi is spinning counterclockwise, and our right-hand poi is spinning clockwise. Now we're going to do the same thing where we have the left-hand poi just kind of fall down our midsection, but this time the right hand is going to get involved too. That is, as the left-hand poi is tagging down in between our feet, our right-hand poi is going to tag up towards the sky, and then we're just going to let it fall, yeah? Let me show you that one more time. We tag both of them up and down, and then the right hand drops. Really, really, really important. Make sure they both hit their marks at the exact same time. This really is you're tagging up and down at the same time, and then you're letting the top hand drop. Again, we do both at the same time and the right hand drops. I am training you to have the timing to be able to hit that top and bottom point at exactly the same moment. And as for the mechanics of what happens up top, whether it's like a full-on stall or whether it's like the top poi just like does an extra spin or what have you, I'm really not that picky. I just want you to be able to get it to the point where you can tag up and down at exactly the same time. Keep the timing consistent, yeah? Okay, now let's try the same thing over on our left-hand side. Here, it's going to be the right hand that goes down and the left hand that goes up. Again, remember your right hand poi is spinning clockwise and your left hand poi is spinning counterclockwise. Make sure that you're starting from a split time place here, yeah? Now, you're going to have your left hand tag up and your right hand tag down, boom, and then just drop your left hand poi. Again, we go 3, 2, 1, tag, and let the top hand drop. We go 3, 2, 1, tag up and down, and just let the left hand drop, yeah? The thing that is almost certain to happen on both sides and that you're going to need to train yourself out of is that for a moment you're going to default back to doing together same. That is, you're going to have both of the poi go up at the same time and down at the same time. Don't let that happen. It shouldn't be that as they go up, they both come to a rest at the same time. It is most definitely one goes up and then comes to a rest. Think that the pace here is 1, 2, to stop it, where the bottom hand stops on 1 and the top hand stops on 2. Really, really think it's 1, 2 to stop it, yeah? Okay, so now I think we're finally ready to move this back and forth across our body. So let's check that out. Now then, we're going to go ahead and start just like we did before. Over on the right-hand side here, the left-hand poi is turning counterclockwise and the right-hand poi is turning clockwise. Now, we still have that moment where we're going to separate the two, but now we're going to carry them both, boom, over to our left-hand side and find ourselves in this place where we're spinning them in split time opposites over on the left, yeah? Once again, we're going to look to that point where we can get the left hand to go up and the right hand to go down, boom, and bring them back together over on the right. Take as many beats as you need to in between here. I'm fond of doing that thing where I'll do, say, 3, 2, 1 beats, and boom, and they come back together. 3, 2, 1 beats, boom, and they come back together. 3, 2, 1 beats, boom, and they come back together. 3, 2, 1 beats, and they come back together, yeah? So it is super important as you're doing this. You really, really want to think of this as being like you're stalling up and down at the same time, that you're splitting the poi before you pull them back together. I know that that's going to feel a little bit sketchy because the timing is still probably not something that's 100% comfortable, but that is our destination here. So once it feels comfortable getting in 3 beats on each side, try seeing if you can get in 2 beats on each side. Thinking 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch. See if you can do 10 of those in a row, yeah? And then, of course, your last move is to see if you can just switch straight back and forth between them. Thinking, counting down on 3, 2, 1, and we go to the left, we go to the right, we go to the left, we go to the right, we go to the left, we go to the right, we go to the left, we go to the right. And this is our split time opposites anti-spin flower. Ta-da! Now, again, if you are like most people, there are 2 things that are probably likely to happen as you're working through this. So let's talk about what those look like and how we can get around them. The first thing that's really common is that people will try and get in extra beats on the bottom before bringing their poi back together, or extra beats on the top. You really do want to think of this as stall them apart, bring them back together, stall them apart, bring them back together, stall them apart, bring them back together, stall them apart, bring them back together. It's your job to get from side to side with as few beats as possible. In addition, the timing in the middle is going to feel a little bit sticky. Part of the reason for that is going to be that as you're doing this at first, your 2 hands are going to kind of stick close to their individual shoulder. Do you see how as I'm doing this, there's always like a poise width between my hands on like a horizontal axis and everything? It's fine to start off here, but as you work through this, really try and see if you can get your hands to pass through that line down the middle of your body at the same time. And of course, we have to learn this going both directions. So make sure that you're also doing the work with the right hand spinning counterclockwise and the left hand spinning clockwise. In this case, when you start over at the right hand side, it's going to be the left hand that goes up and the right hand that goes down. Go through the same steps that we outlined before. Think that you stall 1, 2, that you stall 1, 2, and that you do that over on your left-hand side too. On the left-hand side, it's going to be the right that goes up and the left that goes down. Thinking 1 and 2. Again, thinking 1 and 2. One more time, we do 1 and 2. And then try going back and forth across the different sides. Thinking that it's going to be 3, 2, 1, boom. 3, 2, 1, boom. 3, 2, 1, boom. 3, 2, 1, boom. And then go down to just 2. 1, 2, pop. 1, 2, pop. 1, 2, pop. 1, 2, pop. And then just down to ones. And hey, you're back to your anti-spin flowers then, right? nicely done. And I do really want to emphasize that the key thing that you need to take out of this here is that you're hitting that top and bottom moment at exactly the same time. That is, you're tagging one up and tagging one down at the exact same moment. That has to happen, otherwise you're going to lose your timing. Okay, so now let's talk some theory. We've talked a little bit about how when we do flowers in together same, it produces kind of a doubling effect where we see the same shape being drawn side by side. When we play around in together opposite, of course, we're reflecting across a vertical axis of symmetry. Now, when we do split time opposites flowers, we're reflecting across a horizontal axis of symmetry. That is, it's like a mirror that we've put over sideways. Part of why I think these patterns look so exotic and feel so strange to us is that the symmetry here is very fundamentally unlike the human bodies. That is, our symmetry is side to side rather than top bottom. So when we do moves that have that top bottom symmetry to them, there's a little bit of tension there and it makes them look a little bit more exotic. At least the way I look at it, they do. Cool, so let's check out our split time opposites anti-spin flowers in slow-mo from a couple different perspectives here, shall we? Awesome. So I know this was a lot. This actually was the last anti-spin flower that I learned how to do, specifically because the split time opposites feeling was something that was so counterintuitive to me. But hopefully the way I've arranged these steps is going to help you get there. Are you working on this trick? Are you struggling with it? Did you get it and you feel really proud of yourself? I want to see it. Please post video of yourself doing these tricks to Instagram and tag me. I am DrexFactor on Instagram and DrexFactorPoi on Facebook. I'd love to see your work. And if you post a video of what you're doing to your stories and you tag me, I will go ahead and reshare them in my own stories so that all of my followers can see your hard work. And of course, if you're wanting a little bit more of a challenge, you can always sign up for one of my courses over at my learning site at learn.drexfactor.com. I have a special deal wherein you can get 50% off any of those courses by using the promo code COVID-19 while we're in the quarantine here and everything, yeah? So you can sign up for my Beyond the Basics of Poi class, which teaches you some behind the back tricks as well as things like giants and everything, as well as my courses on isolations or gunslingers, and there's really no wrong option there, so go check that out. Please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe in order to help other people find these videos and come into the flow arts world while we are navigating the quarantine. And finally, if you're getting anything out of this project, please consider signing up to support it over at Patreon, like all these nice folks did. Patreon is what is allowing me to do this project of uploading a video every single weekday during the quarantine, which I've now been doing for 8+ weeks, and I am almost to the point where I've got a complete series going from beginner to into intermediate territory and everything. And the whole reason that's possible is the people that are supporting me out there on Patreon. So if you have the means, and I totally understand if you don't, but if you do, please consider going and signing up over at patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi. You get early access to all of my content, as well as a say in what topics I pursue in the future, plus which you get access to some cool behind the scenes stuff too, yeah? Awesome. Thank you in advance. Cool. So now that we've worked on split time opposites, I also want to take an opportunity to work on split time same direction, and that will be the topic of tomorrow's quarantine tutorial, yeah? I'll see you then.